Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media. In today's video, I wanted to go over the PS Portal again and my top 10 games on the PS Portal. So I have made a video recently how you no longer need a PS5 for this. So this is kind of like a new portable PlayStation, and I wanted to go over my top 10 games on the streaming platform. So I'm not going to do too much detail, but really just highlight some of the best games on it because right now there's no great way to sort, and there are some really, really great AAA titles on there. So we'll start with Final Fantasy VII. I'm actually playing through this now, and wow, I'm blown away by this game. I'm on the first half of the remake, and it is fantastic. It looks fantastic, plays fantastic, and the story has me completely captivated. Highly, highly recommend playing through this if you haven't. On the top of the list for me. Number two is going to be Spider-Man Miles Morales. So I did play through this back on PS5 around a year or two ago, and this is definitely one of my favorite Spider-Man games. From just hanging out and web slinging through New York City to doing the missions, every part of it is a lot of fun for me. But I will say there's just a certain relaxing factor with web slinging around, especially with when it's snowing out in that game and you have all the cool suits unlocked. It is just something else, and on the portal, it looks fantastic. A must play. Number three is going to be Ghost of Tsushima. I might have pronounced that wrong. I actually haven't gotten a chance to play this one yet. I know it's a first party Sony title. It looks fantastic. I watched the opening cinematic on the portal, and it looks fantastic. And I've heard amazing things about the story. So that's going to be next after Final Fantasy, but I felt like that one I had to highlight because that's one of the best games on the PS5 apparently, and that's awesome that they brought that to streaming. So next up is going to be a title that's a little different from the rest, and that's going to be Remnant 2. So Remnant 2 is a Souls-like game, but with guns, is how I would say. I would compare it to, I would say, Destiny, Monster Hunter, and Dark Souls. I would say those three are some good comparisons. But the game really, really took me by surprise, and I fell in love with it. I sunk so many hours into this on PC and beat pretty much every biome, everything, got every gun I needed to. Can't wait to revisit it on the portal. But for those who haven't played Remnant, definitely give it a try. You don't have to play Remnant 1 to play Remnant 2. Skip Remnant 1, go to Remnant 2. I guarantee you will have a good time. It's a fantastic game. Next up, we're going to have Death Stranding. So I played this when it first released, and this is the director's cut that they have on here. And this is one of my favorite games of like all time. I love the story. I love Hideo Kojima. I think the graphics are mind blowing. I love the Lovecraftianness to the story. It's weird, and that's what I love about it. I also find it very relaxing. I think the way the soundtrack is incorporated into the walking or delivery simulator really just packs a punch. And for some reason, I just find walking through those landscapes and then when you build the zip lines and stuff, extremely, extremely relaxing when you're not dealing with those creepy BTs. Next up, we got Demon Souls. So this is actually a Dark Souls prequel that launched with the PS5. I haven't given this a playthrough yet, but I've heard fantastic things. I'm sure it's going to be hard as hell, like all the other Souls games. So I'm sure I'll struggle with this one. But I know this had to make the list because this was a PS5 launch title. This was actually something I really did want to play at launch when I didn't have a PS5. So this is definitely up there on my list. Next, we have GTA 5. I had to add this just because being able to play GTA 5 on the go from streaming is fantastic. We've all played through GTA 5 many times by now, I'm sure, but it's a great game to just pick up, play, drive around, do a few missions, mess around. It's a great game for that. And being able to do that on the go with no console nearby or no console at all, I think is pretty mind blowing. GTA 5 is still a humongous game with great graphics that hold up, and it plays and looks excellent on the portal. Next game is going to be a little bit out of left field, but I'm really into these games, and that's going to be Riders Republic. So if you're into Tony Hawk Pro Skater or any of the shoot offs growing up, like the BMX games, inline skating, anything like that, you will love Riders Republic. So it has snowboarding, skateboarding, BMX, mountain biking, downhill longboarding. It has everything. It's basically an extreme sports hub. It's fantastic. So many things to do in the game. Each sport actually does feel really, really good. It's made by the same people who made Steep, and highly recommended. I sunk so many hours into this on the PS5 and PC, and it says cross save. So I loaded it up on the portal, and right away I was in my save with all my awesome equipment. So highly recommend. Check it out. It's on there. Next one of you guys that I'm sure everyone heard of is The Last of Us Part 1. I think that's awesome that they put this as a launch title for streaming. I mean, especially with it, premiering on HBO last year, they weren't even putting this on sale for a while. So the fact that they added it to streaming is really, really awesome. And now everybody gets a chance to play through a masterpiece. And number 10, I wanted to put a personal favorite, one that I really enjoy playing on this list the most, and that's going to be Monster Hunter Rise. This also has cross save, so all my PC hours and Switch hours come over, luckily. But I love this game. I love the Monster Hunter series. I can't wait for Monster Hunter Wilds in a few months. This series absolutely hooked me. I'm pretty sure I have every single light bow gun and bow created in the game. And it's just such a good game for handheld. So I played it on Switch. So it feels so natural playing it on PS Portal, but it looks a hell of a lot better on PS Portal. So anyway, guys, let me know down below what you've been playing on your PS Portal since the cloud streaming dropped. Let me know some of your favorites on the list that I may have missed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.